Hi everyone, it's Ellie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the 3 polishes that I picked out from the OPI Washington DC collection. First we have Stay Off the Lawn, a beautiful green Carrie Blossom, a gorgeous red toned purple, and Pale to the Chief, a slightly pink toned nude. So let's take a look and see how they all apply. So first up we have Pale to the Chief. This one is a beautiful slightly pink tone nude. It's full coverage, so it's completely opaque, and it does have a little bit of a shimmer in the bottle, but it doesn't really show up on the nails. Let's see how it swatches. So here's the first coat. So off the bat, I thought that this polish would be a little bit thicker than it actually was. That's why I ended up getting a little too much product on my brush there. But once I kind of got the learning curve down of this polish, it was really easy to apply. A little bit on the thin side, especially for a nude. Generally, OPI's creams are a little bit on the thicker side, but this wasn't difficult to work with by any means. It was very simple and easy to apply. Not so thin that I was afraid it would kind of run down into my cuticles, but just a little thinner than I thought it would be. It is just a little bit patchy and streaky on the first coat, but nothing that the second coat won't be able to even out. I love this nude. I think it's really flattering, and this shade of nude I think would work really well for a lot of different skin tones. My skin tone is a little bit warmer. I definitely have some yellow undertones, and the pinkness of this polish just really blends in nicely with my skin without looking too stark or mannequin hands like. So here's what we have after the first coat. So here's the second coat. And this coat really clings well to the first coat and really smooths everything out. You end up getting a nice, even, and opaque look. This is pretty self-leveling, so you don't have to be super precise about it. It kind of flows and evens itself out nicely. But this ends up being totally opaque on 2 coats. And unfortunately, that beautiful shimmer that you kind of see a hint of in the bottle does not come through on the nails. So now I'm applying 1 coat of Seche Vite to smooth out this beautiful polish and give it a nice shine. So here's the result of Pale to the Chief with 2 coats topped with Seche Vite. It's beautiful. I love this nude. I think it's really flattering, and I think this is a color that I'll wear a lot. Just throwing it on and knowing that it's going to look great and not clash with my skin, but just make my hands and my nails look healthy and beautiful. So here's a still picture of Pale to the Chief. I think this polish is beautiful. It really looks nice on my skin tone, makes my hands look nice, and it's just a really nice professional look. I think this would be great for work if you work in more of a conservative environment and you need to wear more neutral polishes, and this would definitely be great for a job interview too. I'm sure there's dupes out there, but if you're in need of a good nude, take a look at this one. Okay, the next polish I picked up is called Carrie Blossom, and this is of course named after the beautiful Kerry Washington, and this is a really nice red toned purple. It's a really interesting shade. It kind of has a little bit of a berry look to it, but it's definitely purple. It's not red, but it is a warm red toned purple. So here's the first coat. This is going on really nicely, and this consistency is more of what I generally expect with OPI creams. It's a little bit on the thicker side, really easy to apply, again, self-leveling, and look at how beautiful and rich and opaque this is on 1 coat. It's stunning. So I'm not getting any patchy areas or bald spots with this polish. Even though it is so dark, it seems to be really forgiving and just applies like a dream. Try to really take your time and do a very neat job painting this polish on, because it's so deep and rich. It is a little bit difficult to remove if you get it up into your cuticles, just because the really dark pigment does bleed a lot. So overall, I think this polish could be best described as an eggplant or aubergine. So here's what we have after one coat. In terms of opacity, this is good. It could be a one coater, but I am going to apply two just to see if this darkens up the shade a little or if it stays true to what you see in the bottle. So here's the second coat. It is really smoothing out that polish, not really changing the color or tone at all, but it is making it look nice and beautiful and rich. This is a nice vampy color. This is what I think of when I think of fall. I think of these beautiful rich reds and purples. They just look so stunning and really chic and sophisticated. So this polish is really applying like a dream. Basically applies itself. Sometimes I get nervous applying really dark colors like this because I know if I mess up it's going to be a nightmare to fix, but this one's actually really easy to work with. So now I'm just applying Seche Vite to smooth everything out and give it a beautiful shine. So here's two coats of Carrie Blossom followed with one coat of Seche Vite. So here's a still photo of Carrie Blossom, and this really shows the beautiful red toned purple that we have. In the video it did look a little bit more of a kind of oxblood color, but I think these photos are good to illustrate that it definitely is a purple, but it's kind of a warm berry toned purple. It is so beautiful and stunning. I think this is going to be a classic in my polish collection every fall. So the last color I picked up is called Stay Off the Lawn. This is a really nice green. It has a nice dustiness to it that I think makes it really good for fall. It does have a tiny bit of blue tinge to it, but not too much that you would ever confuse it as a teal. So let's see how it applies. So this formula is great. Again, it's the slightly thicker OPI consistency that I'm used to working with. It goes on really nice, self-leveling, and it's very opaque on the first coat. This is almost a one coater. In fact, I think you probably could get away with it on one coat, but I'm going to go ahead and apply two. So as I'm applying this to my nail, this is kind of reminding me of the felt fabric that is on like a pool table for billiards. Something about it, I don't know, makes me just think of a pool table. And it also kind of reminds me of the really old school green chalkboards that I had when I was like in elementary school. It's kind of that same color. It's got that same vibe that looks a little bit chalky, a little bit dusty, but beautiful and rich. So I think this polish is really beautiful and a little bit unique for fall. It's not something I automatically think of in autumn, but I definitely see where it fits into this collection, and it does have a very autumnal feel to it. So here's what we have after one coat, and here's two. The thing with greens is sometimes I feel like they feel very holiday-like they remind me of a Christmas tree, but this one has, I don't know if it's a slight amount of blue in it or maybe just a slight dustiness, but it keeps it feeling like fall. So I really like that. I think this polish had a lot of thought put into it to make it fit in with the fall theme. So this polish is completely opaque on two coats, and it's so shiny and rich looking you probably wouldn't even need a top coat, but as usual I'm going to apply Seche Vite just to help out with the longevity and smooth everything out. And again, because this polish is so deep and dark, take your time when you're applying it, because the less cleanup you have to do with a really dark shade like this, the better. So here's one coat of Seche Vite on top. So this collection as a whole I think was really beautiful, but these were the three colors that really caught my eye and I knew I had to have in my collection. I'm really curious if you guys picked up anything from this collection. If you did, leave me a comment below and let me know which one was your favorite. And if you haven't picked up any yet, let me know which ones are catching your eye. So here's the finished mani of Stay Off the Lawn with two coats followed by one coat of Seche Vite. So here's the swatch photo for Stay Off the Lawn. I love this color. I think it's beautiful. I don't have any greens that are exactly like this. Most of my dark greens are more of like a forest green, like a Christmas tree green. But this one is a little bit different. It's got a little something in it that makes it unique, and I think it's just stunning. I really love this polish. So that's it, guys. Those are the 3 polishes that I picked up from this collection. I really love all 3, and I think they're going to be staples in my collection for this fall. I can't wait to use them, and I have some ideas rolling around in my head for some nail art using these 3 shades, so stay tuned for that. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can see lots more videos like this, and follow me on social media. The links are below. Thanks again, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.